Alright, today we are gonna pull a couple of these bell pepper plants out and overwinter them. So that's the goal, overwintering the bell pepper plants. I've already trimmed them back last week because I had a scare. I thought we were gonna get some frost. Well, not frost, but temperatures down in the 40s, and that was a week ago, and then it didn't happen, so the weatherman changed. But look, I have new growth. I feel so bad, and I actually even have little peppers growing at the bottom. It's literally been a week. I mean, maybe a week and a half. So that, look at the trunk. That is essentially a trunk. I think that looks freaking awesome. I'm going to pull this pepper. Actually, let's trim this pepper. I just cleaned my trimmer, so that's what I need to do. I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna come down here, and I have a Y down here, and I'm gonna give you a close-up of that here in a second. I'm gonna use that as my indicator for my growth points. So we're gonna come down, and I'm just gonna cut some of this height off right now. I'm gonna cut here. Which, like I said, a week and a half ago, about a week and a half ago, I had already cut off a lot of this. I cut off all the peppers on it. Some of them were green, some of them were small, but I got a lot of peppers off these plants. Cutting off all this leaves and growth here. I got new growth. I'm gonna cut it pretty harshly because I don't have a whole lot of space for this. This is where we're at. On here, let me give you a good spot. And I'll move you like this. Alright, so you'll see I had at one point there was actually a pepper growing here. I didn't top these until a week and a half or a couple weeks ago to actually stop it from flowering, but that didn't work. There was a pepper here, and after it matured, I picked it, but it started stemming, and I noticed that on a lot of them. And if you can see back here, there was a pepper there, and that's what actually started my Y. Now, I don't know if that's normal, to be honest. I have no idea, but that's what happened to me. So, like I did on the other ones, the other stems here, so you got my pretty Y, I got a Y here. I like that though. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna take off all my leaves, and that gives you a better view. I'm gonna come up and let's see. So I'm gonna come up here, see my height compared to my little hand shovel. That's where I'm at. So I like the height of that. These stems back here, I want this one to come down to the same height. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get up in here, is I'm gonna cut right above that node actually. I'm gonna give it a good, gosh darn, that's a thick trunk, I'm telling you. Holy crud, do you see that? Wow. I'm gonna take these off. And then this one is gonna be ready to come. So I have options on sizes, and I just reuse pots I have bought plants from. So those are my Hardy Mums. These ones I think I got from, there was a local native perennial sale. And I actually think I'm gonna use these for something else. So I'm gonna repot, actually I'm gonna pot up a plant that I've been, I water propagated. It's got so many roots, it needs to go in a pot like a month ago. So these are my pot options, and what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to assume those roots are pretty decent, but I don't want a whole lot of roots in there. I'm going to hope for this size, but plan for both. So we're going to put soil in both, and if I don't need one, then we'll just take the soil out, or we'll use it for something else. Alright, we're at a point where we can start digging this up. We want to see where the roots are. I'm going to come out here because I don't really know how big these roots are going to be on her. out of her. Ooh, look at those. Ooh. I can feel them down here. Holy macaroni. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Coming out. Let me get the big guns out. Here we go. One-handed, big shovel. Oh, I can feel me cutting the roots way back here. Poor guy. We're gonna trim the roots anyway, if I'm being honest. But I want you to see these roots for our test. Look at it pulling that ground up like that. Look at these roots. Look. Nice. And then we're gonna compare it. Oh wait, this one is in a bag. Look at that. So this one was bag grown. We were gonna pick another one to do our not bag grown. So it grew through, looks like it went over. Do you see that? Went over top of the bag on that one. Okay, so I'm gonna finish digging this up and we're gonna check it out. I don't know if you guys can hear the chickens. One just laid an egg. She's making all kinds of noise. Okay, can you see those roots? Look at that bag. Look at this bag. It did grow through that bag really well. It grew over. Got the knot here, and it grew through it. Some pretty good sized roots. This bag has not biodegraded, but it definitely made some roots go through it. Look at that. Look at all those beautiful roots. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna take our pepper plant with the little bag and all of these roots. I think that this pot is entirely too small. I was thinking for whatever reason these roots weren't going to be like this. So we're going to go with a bigger pot. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Soil. Just enough to get us started here. Wow. I could trim those, but I feel so horrible doing that. Yeah, I did all this. I don't want to put it in shock or anything. I mean, that's hard enough. I'd be pissed off if somebody cut me up. Okay, here we go. Soils and like I said, I've yet to see any little bugs in this, which I kind of thought I would. Some earwigs or something. But just in case, this pot and any of the pots I do this to are going to be on our back porch, which is like glassed in. It's not a Four Seasons. It's, you know, it's a back porch with windows, and it's north facing, so it doesn't get very much sun, if I'm being totally honest. But I want to kind of transition these a little bit and also give any bugs any chance to hopefully come out. We'll see. And then we're gonna take these indoors, and we have like, they're gotta be 3.5 to 4 foot overhangs all the way around our house. So even on my south and east facing windows, they're not sunny, only for like, they get, you know, it comes in, but it's not direct. So it's completely indirect, and then really then not even indirect. My houseplants have a hard time. So I have grow lights. So we're gonna do, we're gonna put these near some grow lights. I think I'm gonna try to make sure it goes into dormancy really good. So like I said, I'm gonna leave it for a couple weeks on the back porch. It's gonna get chilly but not cold, and it'll be protected from any frost. That's the trash man. We live on a busy street, if you haven't heard me say that. But anyway, there's a beautiful pepper. So I'm gonna water this down Not crazy, but it just terrorized the poor thing. And then in the winter, I'm not really gonna water a whole heck of a lot, you know, just like your house plants. You don't water a whole lot in the winter. They're not doing a lot of growing. They're just kind of surviving. Give this buddy some water. Suck it up, buddy.